It was a seemingly ordinary Monday evening in Old Delhi. The hum of traffic, the chatter of vendors, the glow of headlights near the historic Red Fort. But at exactly 6:52 p.m. on November 10th, 2025, everything changed. A white Hyundai i20, halted at a red light near the Red Fort metro station, suddenly erupted into a ball of fire. Flames tore through the air, lighting up the ancient walls of the monument. Within seconds, chaos took over. Bystanders screamed, cars crashed, and pedestrians fled as the shockwave rattled nearby buildings. At least 8 people were killed and dozens injured. The story exploded across every screen, a car blast in the heart of India's capital. Hours later came a shocking twist. Police had arrested the car's registered owner, but was he truly behind it? Or just another link in a long, tangled chain of mystery? Investigators traced the vehicle back to a man named Muhammad Salman from Haryana. But Salman claimed he had sold the car more than a year ago. According to him, it changed hands multiple times, from Okhla to Gurugram, with no proper paperwork. That single gap made the investigation even murkier. Delhi police detained Salman under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, India's anti-terror law. Yet he insisted he was innocent. The car, a white Hyundai i20, was now a burnt shell, its plates half melted, its engine destroyed. Investigators noticed something strange. There was no large crater, no metal fragments typical of a military-grade explosive. The injuries didn't match what one would expect from a conventional bomb. So, if it wasn't a typical explosive, what was it? Forensic teams from the FSL, the National Security Guard, and the National Investigation Agency arrived. They collected fragments, wiring, and residue. Rumors spread that it was a CNG cylinder blast, but officials quickly dismissed that. The explosion didn't fit that profile. Authorities sealed off the Red Fort area. CCTV footage revealed the car had been parked for hours before the explosion. Someone had left it there deliberately. But who and why? Just hours earlier, in Faridabad, authorities had intercepted thousands of kilos of explosives from a suspected terror module. The timing was impossible to ignore. Was the Delhi blast connected? A reaction or a diversion? Home Minister Amit Shah called an emergency meeting. Security tightened across major Indian cities. The Red Fort area became a high-alert zone. Social media buzzed with theories, some claiming terror, others insisting accident. But police were cautious. All angles are being investigated. They said, if this was terror, where was the claim of responsibility? Usually someone steps forward, but this time, silence. No group, no message, no confession. It was as if someone wanted chaos without credit. Witnesses added more intrigue. One shopkeeper said he saw 2 men near the car minutes before the blast. Another claimed the driver never got out, suggesting a suicide mission. But no body was found. Inside the car, investigators found melted wiring, a burnt battery casing, and fragments of circuitry. Could it have been part of a detonator? Or just debris? The wiring looked tampered with, but no conclusion yet. As the investigation deepened, ownership records revealed a maze of transactions. Salman said he sold the car in 2024 to a man in Okhla, who then sold it again. Police began tracking each link in the chain. One buyer had vanished. Phone off, address empty. Could that missing man be the key? Early forensic results hinted at traces of ammonium nitrate, common in improvised explosives. But the concentration was inconsistent. Could this have been a misfire, a premature detonation, or a failed test? The mystery thickened. With the UAPA invoked, this was no longer just an accident. Experts debated whether it was symbolic. A reminder that even Delhi's safest zones aren't beyond reach. Agencies cross-checked SIM cards, toll footage, and petrol records. Each clue led to another dead end. The car had traveled between Faridabad, Okhla, and Delhi repeatedly in recent months. Every stop felt planned. And perhaps the most chilling detail. The blast happened meters from the Red Fort, a national symbol of independence. Every year, the Prime Minister addresses the nation from its ramparts. Was the location random, or chosen for the message it would send? In the aftermath, Delhi's citizens were shaken. "I still hear the sound," said one eyewitness. "The car was next to me. 1 second it was there, The next, everything was on fire. For victims' families, grief turned to questions. Who did this and why? Theories multiplied. A botched terror mission, a test run gone wrong, even sabotage. But each clue suggested planning. The timing, wiring, and parking. Nothing was accidental. Mohammed Salman remains in custody, cooperating with investigators. But even police sources admit he may just be a name on paper, caught in someone else's plan. The real perpetrators may still be out there. So who truly controlled the car? Was it triggered remotely or timed? And most of all, what message was it meant to send? In the absence of answers, speculation thrives. The twisted metal sits in an evidence locker. The street is cleared, traffic back to normal. But beneath the calm lies unease, the feeling that something bigger is brewing. Authorities promise updates once the forensic report is complete. Until then, Delhi waits, watching, wondering, was this the act of a lone wolf, a sleeper cell, or a deadly coincidence that spiraled into tragedy? All we have now are fragments: a car, a blast, an owner, a claim of innocence, and a city haunted by unanswered questions. We think, was this terror, or an accident wrapped in mystery? If you followed this far, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and turn on notifications for future updates on this and other unresolved true crime cases. Check out the channel for more stories just like this one, where the truth hides in silence, and every question leads to another, because somewhere in the smoke of that Delhi night, the real story is still waiting to be found.